In the last video, we covered a situation when your business is located in Canada. So you needed a scraper, Apify scraper that scrapes Canadian website. If your business is located in the United States, you definitely need a different scraper. The way how to find the scraper is basically you go to Apify store, then type Realtor. And I tested a few of them. The one that I really like is this one, Realtor.com, and you pay $1.5 for 1,000 results. So how to set this up? First of all, you go to Realtor.com website, and let's say we need Las Vegas. Here in filters, we need to set up some stuff. So first of all, any type of house or property, status active. I think we don't need pending. Existing homes, closures, new constructions, okay. Then days on Realtor. Let's choose today because we need the most recent listings. We don't need anything here. Home features, nothing here. Okay, so click view. Okay, so now we have this URL, and that's what we need. So we're gonna copy this URL. Let's double check. So this one 10 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 10 hours ago. So I think we're good. So let's go to the scraper and configure it. So I think that's the exact URL I already have. Yeah, I think that's the same one. Okay, so we just put the URL here. Then we select how many listings we need per one run. And then what else do we need? I think this is all good by default. So we don't really need to change anything here. Okay, we'll click save, and then we go to JSON, and we will need this code but later. So let's create our scraper. So log into your n8n account, click create, and we'll start with a manual trigger, and then we need HTTP request. We need post request. Now let's go back to our scraper. So we go to API endpoints, and here we need this one with dataset items. So we copy this URL and we paste URL here. So method post, paste that URL here. Authentication, nothing, no headers, no query parameters. We need body JSON using JSON. So let's open this one up. Let's go back to our scraper, and that's the code we need. Okay, so we're just gonna copy this, go back to our node. Okay, so let's double check. So we need 10 items. That's for testing. I mean, you can use more, but for now 10 should be enough. Residential US, that's the URL. Okay, so I think we're good here. Okay, let's how do we call it? Apify US, and let's run it. You can click here, or you can click execute workflow. Let's test it. Okay, so it takes some time, probably like for 10 items is half a minute or so. If it's more items, it's probably gonna take more. So let's see what we got. Okay, so we have some data here. I'm just checking, like in general, what kind of data we got from the this run. So MLS agent name Maria Melinda. Some schools, we don't need that. Deals, details, sorry. We don't really need that. Unless you're using some of these details. I mean, there are lots of things that you can probably use for your marketing, but in our case, we're not gonna use that. Advertisers. So interesting thing is that like when we run same scrapers on Canadian websites, we don't get any emails. Like emails are not provided. On the US website, however, as you can see, we already can get some emails. As far as I know, not all of the emails, but some of them, which is really good. So let's see. We have some phone numbers. Looks like an office. Fax we don't need. Office name ABC Mobile Homes. Email again ABC Property History. So we got property history, how many times it was listed. So as you can see, it was listed today. Today's March 1st. We have some photos of this listing. Okay, so we have some really good data. So let's continue working with this data. I have prepared a test Google document listing Realtors.com. So this is some data that we're gonna output, right? So first name, last name, full name, agent, primary phone, other phone number 2, company name, email, verified email. This is we're gonna use for later. Agent profile URL, property full address, short address, city, postal code, property URL, listed date. And so I don't think the website actually provides the open house start and end, like Canadian website does provide that. In this case, I probably had to choose some options, but we're not gonna do it right now. I think in the filters, I actually saw some like filters with open houses, but maybe just gonna limit to the houses or like listings only with open houses. So we have to be careful here. Okay, so let's go back to our automation. And let's add another node, which is going to be Google, where's Google Sheets here? So we need append row in sheet. So here's the important thing. I already have a connected Google account, but I guess if you don't have your connected Google account, you need to create new credentials. To be honest, it's best to follow the instructions on how to connect your Google account to your n8n account. I will probably cover this topic in one of my other videos, but it's pretty like you just have to follow all the steps in this document. So you just, when you create a new account, you just click open docs, and then you just follow all the steps from top to bottom, and you should be good. Okay, so close, we don't need that. So I have my Google account connected. Okay, so now I'll choose listingrealtor.com because it's already like it finds the documents on my Google Drive, and then we need sheet 1. So as you can see, it already pulled all the columns: first name, last name, full name, agent, primary phone. We have to map all this data with all the information that we have here. So let's start with first name. So we'll just search name, and this is address. Okay, so we have full name, MLS agent name, but looks like we don't have a separate, we don't have separate first and last name. This is not good, but this is not a problem. So I just asked ChatGPT to create a simple JavaScript code that is going to separate the first name from the last name. So let's add another node in the middle here. So let's go to code, and we need code in JavaScript. And let me just copy and paste the code. Okay, so this is how the code is going to look like. And we need to run it once for each item. Let me show you how it works. So we're going to place this node here. And we're going to connect this node. And then we're going to connect this node to this node. Okay, so now when I open it up, I can see this data from the previous node, right? So again, we're going to look for name. And where is that MLS name? My code is already here, but let me show you how I did it. So you just grab this and you just place it here. What this code does is that it accepts a constant called full name from the previous node, and then it does its magic and then separates the first name and last name. Actually, it separates into first name, last name, and full name. So let's execute this step. And that's exactly what it did. So first name, last name, full name. Now we can use this information for our table. So let me close this and let's go to this node. So now we have first name. So we're just gonna grab and place it here. And it, like if I click here, it shows the result, right? Maria. And then I'll grab last name and place it here. And it shows also the result. And then we'll just use the full name just in case, if we need it for later nodes. And then agent primary phone numbers. So now we got all the information from this node, but let's find other information from the other node. So we're gonna look for phone. Oops, phone. Okay, so MLS agent phone shows nothing, but that's actually the one. Oh, primary agent phone. Okay, so we're gonna use this one, primary agent phone. Agent primary phone. Then other phones. This one is probably an office phone number. Why it shows undefined is because for like if you remember, we scraped 10 results. If this phone number is not present for all 10 results, it's going to show undefined, but that's totally fine. For some people or agents, it's going to be present. For some agents, it's not going to be present. So let's grab this one. This is all shows undefined, which is totally fine. So now company name. The I forgot what it's called, so let's go check. Assign schools. No, we don't need that. Details. No. Okay, advertisers. Okay, so we have office. That's what I'm looking for. The office name. So the company name is called ABC Mobile Homes, right? And then email, primary agent email. Then property full address. Where's that address? Let's search. Okay, so what is good here is that it actually provides the like the first portion of the address. That's exactly what we need for the short address. So we're gonna place it here. For the full address, we're gonna use this one. Let me open it up. Then comma, and we're gonna put the no, we don't need street name. We're gonna use the city. Then we We're gonna put comma, then we're gonna use the state code. We don't really need all this information, but just for as an example, I was gonna show this to you. So eventually we're gonna have this full address. We don't need comma at the end. Okay, so we're good here, and then we already have a short address. So the difference between Canadian website and US website is that Canadian website does not provide the short address. That's why we had to use another code, JavaScript code, to strip the address from the full address. In this case, it's a little easier. And we're gonna put the city here, postal code here. Again, it's really up to you what kind of information you'd like to get from the website. But I guess sometimes it's valuable. Probably not that valuable in our case right now, but again, you can create as many columns in your Google Sheet as you want. Okay, so property URL, that's the one. Listed date. Date, I did see it's, oh, here, list date. So we're gonna put it here. And we're not gonna use open house start and end date. So I think we're good here. So let's execute. Okay, so it outputted 10 items. So let's check our Google Sheet. Okay, so this is what we have. Maria Medina phone number. This is a slightly different format, but that's okay. So as you can see, some of the realtors, they have phone numbers, some don't. The company name looks good. Oh, all of them have emails. Interesting. Okay, that's good. Sometimes, however, I saw that when I tested this scraper, not all the emails were found. So you have to be you have to pay attention to that. So in this case, it looks like some of the emails are Gmail addresses, which is great. So I guess this depends on if Realtor, when they fill out their information on Realtor.com website, some of them provide their emails, some of them don't do that, which is totally fine. Okay, so what else do we have? The property full address, the property short address, postal code, and property URL. So for testing purposes, let's check this URL and how it looks like. Okay, so listed by Maria Medina, ABC Mobile Homes. Looks like they only do mobile homes for some reason. That's the address. Yes, looks correct. 2 hours on Realtor. So this is like a fresh listing. What else do we have here? Listed by Maria. Phone number. Some information. Okay, so we're good here. Let's check another URL. Who is this? This is Malik. Sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce names. Okay. Which one we're gonna check? Let's check this one. By the way, you notice that the email address is actually not listed on this page. Like I didn't find it. Let's try mail. Okay, so it's only on the form, right? Inside the form, but you can't really see the email itself. Which is cool because our scraper finds the information with the mail, and but it's not visible on this page. I guess we're good. So this is a good test. So let's go back. So what do we have here? So what we've built so far. So we set up and configured this HTTP request using our scraper, Realtor.com scraper. This is very inexpensive. So you are really lucky, guys, in United States. And you are also lucky because the Realtors actually have their email addresses on the website, right? That we can scrape, even though they are not visible, but we can scrape them. So which is kind of cool. You can get this from Canadian website. But that doesn't mean all of them provide the email addresses. So we still have to use our AI agent. So we're gonna add the AI agent in the next node to run it. And by the way, what I also need to say is that we're gonna remove this node from here. This is just for demo purposes and for double checking the information. That's exactly like, to be honest, we don't need Google Sheet in any of our automations, because this is just for visualization purposes, so that we can see that in which way the information is output in these columns, and it's just easier to visually see the information and the data, and then double check if it's correct or if it's wrong by going to these links and checking the properties. But technically, you don't need this Google Sheets at all, completely. You don't need it. But okay, so I hope that's clear. Yeah, this node we need just to separate the first name, last name, and still we can use full name like this. And the code will be provided for you. But I don't think you should have any problems if you follow all the steps. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.